What is up, fellow gamers? My name is John and welcome back to Project Unfinished Gaming. We are literally mere days away from E3 and Summer Games Fest, so I figure why don't we give our early predictions on what we're going to be seeing in the next couple of days. Thursday, June 10th, we have Summer Games Fest. It's going to be crazy. Hosted and created by Jeff Keighley, the one and only host and creator of the Game Awards. We are going to be getting a slew of announcements from Games Fest kickoff show. I believe it's 60 minutes long of brand new games and updated games. Look, we are finally probably getting the Elder Rings gameplay that was leaked a few months ago, and we might even get a release date of when it comes out. I would not be surprised. If you don't know what Elden Rings is, it is from the developers of the Sekiro series and the Dark Souls series, and from the brilliant mind of George R.R. Martin. This is going to be an interesting game. What is in store for it, I don't know, but it should be really interesting. The next title that might be shown at Game Fest or on the Gearbox reveal is Wonderlands, and it's going to be a main focus on Tiny Tina from Borderlands series, which I think is fantastic. I love Tiny Tina from Borderlands. Just such a great character. I really am excited to see that. We might even get an update on 12 Minutes, my most anticipated game, with Willem Dafoe, Daisy Ridley, and James McAvoy. It might be on the Xbox panel, but I do believe it will show up at the kickoff show for Summer Games Fest. It's just crazy how much we might end up seeing at this reveal event. Another game that might be revealed at the Summer Game Fest is Psychonauts 2. You might be wondering, well, isn't Psychonauts being part of the Xbox panel this Sunday? Yeah, but if Xbox is packed this Sunday, they might just want to put it on the Summer Games Fest. Why not? This game might end up just being released on Game Pass literally the end of the month, for all we know, because it is heavily promoted on the Game Informer's website and even on YouTube. So I would not be surprised if Psychonauts appears at the Summer Games Fest kickoff show. On June 12th, officially begins with Ubisoft Forward. To get this out of the way, Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake will not be at the event, thank God, because I feel like everybody was let down 2 years ago when it was shown, and I feel like it is time for them to rework the game to make it look better, because for a remake, it did not look good at all, and for Ubisoft standards too. So the next game that's up will be Rainbow Six Extraction. You might be wondering, well, is this a new Rainbow Six? This is Rainbow Six Quarantine, but with everything that's gone on with the world, Ubisoft wanted to change the name, so it is now Rainbow Six Extraction. It is a zombie-esque kind of Rainbow Six game, which I think is a really interesting take. I don't know what this is going to be. I'm very intrigued on what we're going to be able to see this Saturday. We did get teased yesterday with a teaser of what the game will be, but I expect to see more this Saturday and more gameplay and possibly a release date. If not this year, then early next year. Now let's get into Ubisoft's not so hot game, Skull and Bones. I mean, this is a game that's been shown for years. If I'm not mistaken, E3 2018 was the first time that we were shown Skull and Bones. It is a very pretty pirate game, but that's what it is. It's just you on a boat sailing and destroying pirate ships. That's it. I think people were very let down with it not you being an actual pirate and exploring treasure, fighting people like Sea of Thieves. So Skull and Bones has been reworked for a long time, so I'm expecting to see something from Skull and Bones. I know that this game isn't coming out until 2022 at best. That's what everybody's reporting, so I think we will at least see some form of gameplay, if not just at least like some form of an update. My hyped game is literally Riders Republic. We got to see what Riders Republic was last year, and it looks really, really cool. Literally seeing you be able to ride on your bike in the snow, in literally the desert, a little form of like steep with the paragliding, along with snowboarding, skiing, whatnot. It just seems really bonkers, and I'm super excited for Riders Republic. I would not be surprised if this is a game that gets a release date of September, because I feel like this is a September game. We're getting into the fall season, so why not come out this fall in September? Because guess what? We will have Deathloop, we'll get the next Judgment game from the Yakuza series, and then why not have at the end of the month literally Riders Republic? I think everybody's literally looking forward to this because it just looks too good. So I cannot wait to check that out and play it on the PS5 especially. Will we get an update for The Division? No, unfortunately. Yesterday, The Division will not make an appearance at E3, which is really disappointing. Last month, we did get the announcement that Division Heartland, which is going to be a free-to-play Division game, is coming out later this year. So it's very interesting that there's nothing to show. So I'm thinking that this is a game that definitely gets pushed back, maybe till holiday of this year, if not early next year. But it's very surprising we will not get an update at all from the Division series for Division 2 or even Heartland. So we will have to wait and see what is in store for Division in the future. My next thing is, of course, Beyond Good and Evil 2. Beyond Good and Evil 2, I don't even know what to say about Beyond Good and Evil 2. Who knows if it will be there. Really, Ubisoft's most ambitious game. It is almost like Cyberpunk. This is a game that will not come out for a long time. When I mean, what did we get this announced? 2017, 2018. So yeah, this is a game that I don't see coming out for the next 2 to 3 years still. It's a long way out. I would be very surprised if we get a trailer or even some form of gameplay, but I feel like Ubisoft has been very quiet and hush-hush on what the game is looking like and the progress. Even though they have the Monkey program going on, they do give some form of update, but with Ubisoft it feels like it's a little bit of a hush-hush. Let's wait until we actually have something. So with Beyond Good and Evil 2, it's up in the air for Ubisoft. I don't know what to say. We'll just have to wait and see till Saturday and see if we see anything at all. But that is what's rounding out Ubisoft for Saturday. I think one of the hyped days of this whole entire week is going to be Sunday, June 13th, and that is Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase. This is going to be a major event. This is the first time that we're going to see a co-main event of two big giants together. This is the first time, this is actually the second time that we're going to be seeing the companies paired together since the merger of Bethesda Games being acquired by Microsoft, and we are going to see them intertwined. So let's get straight into it. Halo Infinite, a trailer, gameplay, release date is imminent. We are getting it this fall, probably October. Maybe, actually, I'm going to say October we will get Halo, but if you're a part of the Game Pass subscribers, you get the Ultimate Edition or the Deluxe Edition, whatever you want to call it. So you'll probably get to play it a week before. So let's say very late September, early October, Halo Infinite comes out. Super excited for Halo Infinite. I know a lot of people were not happy about what the gameplay looked like. last year, but of how it was shown, I know there was a lot of memes of Craig, the alien, but I felt like it feels like Xbox needed that kick in the ass to be like, okay, we need to give this more time instead of having this release with the Xbox Series X. So we are finally getting Halo Infinite. What else are we getting? We are probably getting an update on the next Forza game, which I'm super excited for. I can't wait to play it on the PC, on the Xbox. Game Pass. Hopefully we get different locations. I would love for Xbox and for Playground Studios, who I don't know if it's still working on it. I would have to look that up. To go to maybe like Japan. I think that'd be such a cool idea, is going to Japan and racing on the streets, almost like Tokyo Drift from the Fast and Furious series. I think that'd be so cool and rad, just being able to just drive in Japan. Just thinking about that just sounds fantastic. An update on Perfect Dark. I know we got the trailer last year, just a cinematic trailer. I don't know if we were a long time out from Perfect Dark, so I could see them doing another cinematic trailer, which I think would definitely build the hype. Also, with that, they have the Fable reboot that's being done by Playground Studios, so we'll probably get another teaser on that. I'm not expecting a lot from those games. Those games are definitely years out, at least 2 to 3 years. So I'm not thinking of those. A game that was shown at the Game Awards 2019 was Hellblade from Ninja Theory. I'm super excited for Hellblade 2. It's going to be awesome, guys. I love the first one. If you've not tried it out, definitely try it out. I think it is a phenomenal game. It is very, very interesting. Like, I don't even know how to like put it into like words. It is such an astonishing game, and what Ninja Theory was able to do with that, I'm super excited for Hellblade 2. It's going to be fantastic. Then we have the Coalition with the Gears of War series. I think we probably will get a logo for Gears of War 6. I loved Gears of War 5. I think it was a great game. I think with everything that they're doing, the Coalition, they have really regained everyone's excitement with the Gears of War series. It has been like crazy how good they've been. Next is probably Undead Labs giving us an update on State of Decay 3. We got a tease last year with cinematic trailer with the fucked up zombie deer, so I would not be surprised if we get an update and a possible gameplay and release date later this year, which would be really cool if it's literally for December. I think that'd be a really cool holiday game. Next is Obsidian Entertainment. Hopefully we get an update for Grounded. Hopefully we finally get the full game's release later this year or even during the summertime. I think it'd be really cool if Obsidian was able to fully flesh out the game and make it fully available for everyone this year. And possibly even a sequel to Outer Worlds being announced. I think that'd be really, really rad. But there's a lot to unpack with Xbox and what more games they might end up showing us. Let's now broaden the horizon with what Microsoft and Bethesda are going to show us together now that they're pairing Bethesda games. It's going to be very interesting. There have been rumors, leaks, everything that you can think of for Starfield. Starfield is going to be probably the Fallout / Skyrim in space. And it's being worked by Todd Howard. It's going to be nuts. We're finally probably getting a trailer. If not a trailer, some gameplay. A lot of people in the industry have said that it is coming out this year. Jeff Grubbs, who breaks a lot of scoops, said later this year we will be getting Starfield, which I just don't know if that's possible. I don't even know if we're even close to Starfield coming out this year. It'd be freaking crazy. But we also have Jason Schreier, writer for Bloomberg, who was former of Kotaku, saying not till at least Q4 of 2022, which feels more realistic. I don't think Starfield is anywhere close. It is definitely going to be coming out soon. I'm definitely thinking it is a 2022 game. I just want to see gameplay. I want to see what this game is about because we've been teased for so long. But Starfield has definitely been on people's minds. We haven't had something different from Bethesda, sort of a space opera kind of game. Could this almost be like a Mass Effect series coming in effect, which I think would be so interesting from Bethesda in general? I mean, we could possibly be getting from Arcane Studios Prey 2. I think that would be something really exciting. I think people would definitely be happy with an update to Prey 2. I mean, I say, look, Rage 2 wasn't everybody's. Rage 2 wasn't liked. I personally was not a fan of it. I thought Rage 2 was kind of lackluster. There was no staying power, so Rage 2 wasn't so good from Arcane Studio and Avalanche Studios. So maybe Prey 2 is something that Arcane just wants to go back to. Because Prey 2 did fantastic. I mean, it was really, it was a scary and horrifying game. But it felt really great playing something new from Bethesda. It's going to be very fascinating what Bethesda and Xbox have in store together on Sunday, June 13th. It's going to be really wild what Microsoft and Bethesda have to show us, and it's going to be really exciting to see the pairing finally together in a big format like E3. So what's the next event after that? Square Enix presents. Let's talk about Square Enix. Square Enix will show Marvel's Avengers, an update on the Wakanda series pack, which will have Black Panther, which will get the war table where we'll get to fight in Wakanda, story for Black Panther itself. I'm excited for Marvel's Avengers. That is something I feel like people have been very let down from Square Enix. It was definitely not a good look for Square Enix in general, making an online Marvel's Avengers game for one of the biggest IPs, one of the biggest franchises in the world, which is the Avengers Marvel. So hopefully they can regain everyone's trust. Maybe we'll get a hint of what the next character after Black Panther, because I think Black Panther will probably be coming out, if not the end of the summer, then fall. Then we should at least find out who the next character is. We still don't know when Spider-Man is officially coming out, since that is only a PlayStation exclusive. So there's just so much up in the air with Marvel's Avengers. Then we get into Eidos Montreal's new game for Square Enix. There have been rumors for the past several years that it is a Marvel game, and it is a Guardians of the Galaxy game, which is exciting but scary at the same time. Eidos Montreal worked on the Deus Ex series, and I love the Deus Ex series. Playing as Jenkins, I just love anything that's futuristic, and I think those two games were astounding, and I love that. And I love Eidos Montreal. But when it comes to Square Enix, what gets me concerned is this going to be another debacle with Marvel's Avengers? Is this going to be a online game? I really hope it's not. I hope this is going to be a linear storytelling. This is a single player game that literally gets you to swap from different characters, from Groot to Rocket to Drax to Gamora to Peter Quill. I really would not like this to be a co-op game or an online game. I think that would just definitely leave a bad taste in people's mouths. And I still think that you're going to have that bad taste because of Marvel's Avengers. I think Marvel's Avengers will definitely affect whatever Marvel property Square Enix will have in the future because of Marvel's Avengers, of what they did and how fast they rushed this out. So I don't know. I mean, hopefully the Guardians of the Galaxy game, if it is true, will be a lot better, will look pretty, will be something brand new, since Eidos Montreal is only known for focusing on single player games. Even that was with Crystal Dynamics, they only knew how to do single player games, but Square Enix wanted it to be an online service game, so they had to learn how to make a multiplayer cooperative game. So hopefully Eidos Montreal is not in the same position with a Guardians of the Galaxy game, if it's true. Then we get into Monday, June 14th, Capcom. What does Capcom have in store for us? Resident Evil. I think we are going to be getting our next Resident Evil announcement, and I would just love for it to be a remake of Resident Evil 1. You might be holding the brakes and be like, wait, I want a remake of Resident Evil 4. I don't know if I want a remake of Resident Evil 4. The only reason why I say that is because I feel like Resident Evil 4 will be compared too much to Resident Evil Village, because it has the same aspects. You're in a village, you're trying to go to this castle. It just feels too reminiscent. I would love to have a Resident Evil remake, the original Resident Evil. I think everybody would love for that. I mean, we've had so many renditions of the first Resident Evil game, but having a full remake, that would be phenomenal. Seeing it on the RE engine, just Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine. Oh, that'd be so fantastic, dude. Definitely want to see what they have in store. We might even get a Marvel vs. Capcom, the next one in the series. I mean, there's so much that Capcom could have in store. Next, we have on that same day, Take-Two Interactive. I don't know what Take-Two has. I mean, they're going to definitely show off NBA 2K22, the next WWE game. Then I'm making the big prediction. The next BioShock game will be revealed. I don't know if it'll be a gameplay, but I'm going to probably bet that it's going to be a cinematic gameplay. It's going to be a cinematic trailer introducing us to this new world in BioShock. And I hope it is true, because the last time that we've seen a BioShock game was BioShock Infinite, which was, 2013? It's been a long time, and I feel like it's been very hush-hush on Take-Two, so I definitely could believe that we would get at least an announcement of BioShock. The next BioShock is currently in development, so I predict that is definitely going to be the case. Then rounding out the end of E3 is June 15th, and that's Tuesday. Nintendo Direct. 40 minutes. What is going to come out of Nintendo? I think out of the biggest, which is Xbox and Bethesda, Nintendo is definitely been holding their punches. I don't even know how many times it has been reported for the past 2 years, 3 years. Switch Pro, the new iteration to the Nintendo Switch, would have DLSS and the new Nvidia chip, and it would introduce a bigger screen that would have 4K when it's docked. Still 720, which I do not know why. It should be 1080p, but I think that is where we are going to get our announcement for the Switch Pro or the Switch Deluxe, whatever you want to call it. we will definitely get the reveal of the next Switch. And we will get a reveal of Breath of the Wild 2 coming out the same time as the Switch Pro comes out. If the Switch Pro does not come out this year, at least by December of this year, I think Nintendo will end up doing what they did with the Nintendo Switch, which is release it March of next year. Keep it up with the tradition and put it in March with the release of Breath of the Wild 2, which would solidify Nintendo as having a big event with a big announcement as Breath of the Wild 2. And I do think we might. I think we'll definitely see Breath of the Wild 2. I know that it might be really impossible, but I feel like we have to see something. I definitely think we have to see something from Breath of the Wild 2. Even the Samus collection. I mean, Bayonetta 3 has been announced for 4 years now. We got a trailer for Bayonetta 3, so that has to have a release date. I mean, Nintendo has so much to show. I don't know what Nintendo has. I mean, Nintendo is so secretive. Nintendo's the most secretive out of all these companies because guess what? They just shut their mouths. And that's a thing. I mean, I just don't know what Nintendo has. But if I'm a betting man, I'm going to say Switch Pro, Breath of the Wild 2, Bayonetta 3. Now, if we're getting to bonkers prediction, a Legend of Zelda collection of Ocarina of Time, Link to the Past, and the original Zelda game, just like the Mario 35 collection. I think that we might end up seeing something from Nintendo in that realm. I know everybody was excited for, because we thought we were getting some form of that earlier this year when Nintendo had their Direct, but it was unfortunately for with Skyward Sword. I mean, that was kind of a letdown in my opinion. I think a lot of people were hoping for maybe the 3 collection like how Mario had, with you had Mario Galaxy, Mario 3D World, I forgot what's the other Mario game, but I feel like you definitely have to have some form of Zelda collection edition, and I think that could be this year. I definitely think so. It is, I think this is what, 35, this would be the 35th anniversary of Zelda, so I feel like you need to have a 35th anniversary with the original Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Link to the Past. I think that would definitely just skyrocket those Nintendo sales, because guess what? Those are everyone's favorite Zelda games. So I'm going to say that's one of my bonker predictions. Mario Odyssey 2 is announced. What else? Samus collection. An update on the next Metroid game. I don't even know what else. I mean, Nintendo's very, very interesting. I'm very intrigued about June 15th. But I think that's where we gotta end it. I mean, it's a lot to process of what E3 and Summer Games Fest. And this is it. That's the thing. With Summer Games Fest, it's all until the end of August. But I'm not going to get into that. I mean, look, we have whatever PlayStation has later this year. It has to be something in July or August before the end of Summer Games Fest, with more announcements on Horizon, possibly a actual cinematic trailer for God of War, since that was pushed till 2022, which was no shocker. So we have something from PlayStation later this summer, and same thing with EA. But this is only covering a very small portion of this week. It's going to be nuts with what E3 and Summer Games Fest kickoff show is going to have. I am very excited. I know all of you guys are, because this is going to be awesome. This is the one time of year where all the gamers can get together and just be able to enjoy these events at the comfort of your own home. With everything that's going on in the world, we get to see what's going to be coming in the next few months, the next year or two. So let's just see what happens this week. So let's just end this right now. I'm going to be doing the live stream for Battlefield 6 this Wednesday, and I'm going to be doing a live stream each and every day of when the big events are going to be happening, from Battlefield 6, which is going to be a kickoff, which I'll be doing because I know the event starts at 10 o'clock, but I'll be doing a half an hour pre-show, which will be from 9:30 EST. Same thing with Summer Games Fest kickoff show. I'm doing that, I think, at 1:30 because it starts at 2, so yeah, 1:30. Ubisoft 1:30 because I think that's also at 2 o'clock. So I'm going to be doing every single event. So Battlefield, Summer Games Fest, also Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart gameplay, Friday 12 a.m. EST. Going to be playing it live on Twitch. Twitch.tv/project_finished_gaming. Then we have the Ubisoft Forward. Then we have Gearbox and Microsoft and Bethesda. Square Enix. I'm crossing out WB Games, Take-Two, and Capcom. Nintendo Direct. And that's going to be the live streams for this week and next week coming out. So I hope you guys definitely show up for those. I'm super excited for E3 and Summer Games Fest. This is going to be definitely a big time of the year. But if you guys like this video, hit that like button, leave a comment in the comment section. As always, thank you for joining me on my predictions of what's to be coming out in the next couple of days. As always, see you guys then. Peace.